when I walked in there, I had a new confidence level. And you can call it what you want, but I know within inside of me, something came out of me, became alive that day. And so when I showed back up here, I was on fire. I got a new vision for my life now. And it includes every single one of you. And it includes you online. It includes the whole goddamn world. You know, and I could stand in front of you guys right now, and I could sit there and explain and explain and explain, but I don't want to talk. I want to show you. And that's why I know this place works, right? Because each one of you has that same unique talent and that unique gift to bring to the world. Here is where that's cultivated. Here is where that's celebrated. No matter how weird you think you are, welcome home.
My name is Brooks. I love coming here because we learn how to love each other.
Way to go, Brooks! What we'd like to do is, if you would like to share a TSRW that you've had by being a part of this community, maybe a practitioner prayed for you, or you learned how to do spiritual mind treatment yourself, whatever, or how CSLDallas has transformed your life, both and, could be. TSRW, if you don't know what that means. This shit really works. If you want to say this stuff really works, you can. If you want to say this science really works, you can. If you want to say this spirituality really works, you can. And if you want to say this shit really works, you can. So I'm going to ask you, if you want to, please, do it as lasered and succinctly as you can so that more people can share. And I'm going to invite you up to stand behind a podium. That could be more comfortable. But if you want to, just come on up to this side where Willie is. Just come on up, and no one knew about this in advance, so Stephanie's going to start us off. And please say your name and how long you've been in CSLDallas.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Roman, and I've been at CSLDallas for 2.5 years now. My TSRW, I've had so many since I joined the community, so many. But one of them was I wanted to join the choir and the praise and worship team. So I started sitting where the choir and the praise team sat. I started getting in my vision that I started meeting with people. I met Lainey, I met CeCe Williams, and I started just drinking that in. And my vision was to sing This Is Me as a solo on the stage. Not only did I sing it right now, but I got the opportunity, I was blessed to have the opportunity to do it in front of the ministers that came as well. So the divine provided me not only the opportunity that I wanted, but then gave me 130 ministers and then gave me a second time to sing it for all of you. So TSRW.
Thank you. Now, this is up to you because I don't have anything else to say. Come on up.
Hi, I'm Bill Holman. I think Cindy and I joined about 7 years ago. And this place has given me tools that are unbelievable. It's totally transformed my life. So many TSRWs, I'm not even going to get into them, but I'm not surprised when they happen now. I expect them. And I control them, and I control my life better because of CSLDallas. And the sense of community, this is our big family. This is a place I can come and feel appreciated, loved, and heard, and not looked at like I'm some sort of a freak. And so, which I've never felt that anyway, but I've never been with a group of more loving, supportive people, and with our practitioners and our ministers. I like what you said about CSL being here. I rely on that. I know that for the rest of the time I live here in Dallas, I've got a home and a community that I can come to, and that's invaluable to me. Thank you.
Well, as many of you know, I am the fashion coordinator here at CSLDallas. No, but seriously, I wanted to share a quick little story about me coming here and actually taking on the position that I have. I had the fortunate opportunity, wow. I had the fortunate opportunity to work with some of the coolest people on the planet. And yeah. And one story in mind that really touches my heart and really lets me know the caliber of people that I work with is I have been in and out of the judicial system for a long time in my life. I won't go into the details of all of that, but I knew in my heart of hearts that the time to transition over was here. And I was in a lot of fear for that. I was having a situation where I needed to go back to Salt Lake, and I didn't know if I was going to come back to Dallas. And Dr. Petra and Reverend Karen and BB, the whole entire staff, really supported me in consciousness in going through that transition. And even right now, you can tell I'm emotional about it because that was 10 years of my life wrapped up into stupid stuff. And, you know, as it went, I went to go and get on the plane to do my business, and I epically failed. You know who was there to help me to get back up? Dr. Petra and Reverend Patty. That little old lady, Reverend Patty, she's a powerful beast. I'm going to tell you something right now. Yeah. Don't let those videos fool you, man. She got something else going on. When I could not find a flight for the life of me, these ladies found a flight. They put the money up to get me there. They said, Ryan, when you come back, you got a job. Regardless. You know, that's not a boss to employee. That's a friend. And I went through it with my head held up high. And I remember calling Patty on my way over there, and Patty was a rock. And she walked me through it. She walked me through spiritual mind treatment. And that was the really kind of, I mean, I have experienced in the past, but that was really one of the poignant times in my life where I really saw it work. Because when I walked in there, I had a new confidence level. And you can call it what you want, but I know within inside of me, something came out of me, became alive that day. And so when I showed back up here, I was on fire. I got a new vision for my life now. And it includes every single one of you. And it includes you online. It includes the whole goddamn world. You know, and I could stand in front of you guys right now, and I could sit there and explain, but I don't want to talk. I want to show you. And that's why I know this place works, right? Because each one of you has that same unique talent and that unique gift to bring to the world. Here is where that's cultivated. Here is where that's celebrated. No matter how weird you think you are, welcome home.
Wow. Thank you, Ryan. I didn't know he would ever share that story. Oh my gosh, yes.
Too high, but it doesn't
No,
matter.
it's okay. Look, I'm here for you.
Down here. I'm Marcy, and I've been coming for 23 years. I started I remember in '96, I had just divorced. It was 2 years after my divorce, and my daughter was in and out of treatment. I was being treated for severe depression, drug treatment. She was in and out of, and I really was contemplating suicide. And in a flyer, those advertisement envelopes had come in with 18 different advertisements. There was this thing for, I'm not kidding, there was this thing at the middle school west in Coppell, Texas, it was First Church of Religious Science. And I went just for the hell of it because it was close. It was in Coppell. It was very close. And I was desperate. I didn't know what else to do next. And there was, at that time it was Reverend Claudia, but she was only there. They quickly moved over to Alpha. And then Reverend Peter came on board, and Michael Gott. And I would just come and cry. I would just come and cry through the whole service. I would just come and cry. I didn't know what else to do. And then they developed this program where Michael Gott said, he asked me would I dance for one of the services, and because I'm a dancer from way back. And I did. And from that moment on, I began to feel my worth. And last year, I remember it was the January 1 New Year's thing where you have to do a resolution. And I wrote down, I want to be able to say I love my life. And now I have people at work. I just celebrated my 67th birthday, and people at work at the hospital where I work, they told me, they texted me, and they said, Marcy, I just want to be like you when I grow up. I love my life so much. My daughter just absolutely overwhelmed with love because I'm helping her through her own crises with her own 6-year-old, who is brilliant and beautiful and gorgeous and typical 6-year-old little boy who's doing things like dancing around and pulling up and down his pants and having... And she's, Mama, what do I do? And I go, honey, when you used to do this to me. And it's a joy. Everything is a joy because of this place. Thank you.
Oh, yes, darn it. Yes.
Hi, guys. My name's Crystal Guest, and I've been coming to CSL for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. And I started coming back in 2017 after I met Kiara, someone that had been going here for a while. She just told me, hey, there's a place where you can talk about crystals and be your fabulous, weird self, so you should probably come and check it out. I was like, okay, I guess. And I haven't been a part of a church since I was Catholic as a kid, and I left when I was 17. And all throughout college, I kept on trying to find like a place where I could be myself and feel myself and express my love for God the way that it made sense to me. And I hadn't found that until I came to CSL. And I came at a time when I was coming from being overseas, and there were a lot of transitions in my family, and there's always been some kind of friction because I moved here closer to my dad. Half of my family did not agree, and I was feeling like a deep sense of loss and a loss of my own self-worth, and I wasn't like loving myself as much because I wasn't able to please my family. And coming to CSL has made me deepen my love for myself and has given me like a family that I can't replace, like a home that I can't replace. It doesn't matter if I'm not able to come here because of work or if I'm busy, I will always find myself back here at CSL. And I want to say thank you to Reverend Karen for showing me that I can be a leader, because growing up, I always felt like I never had what it took to be a leader or be someone that inspires others, but I found that here, so I know that this place really works.
We should do this every Sunday.
Once in a while's enough. I'm Carl Thomas. I've been coming here for about 2 years. I'm not the fashion director. Thank you. My wife grew up in religious science, which means it was part of her. And there's something that happens in this room. It's not something we consciously do or we think we're going to do, and it's not what people say to me. It's just here, and it's always here. My wife passed 1 year and 7 months ago. So when I come here on Sundays, thanks to each and every one of you, I feel her, because this is her energy, and this is part of who she was. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, my name is Dana Jones, and I've been coming here for about 8 years, along with my spouse, Raven Woodard. TSRW is real. It is so real. In the short time that I've been coming here, just from a work perspective, I've seen my career blossom. In 8 years, I've had, 4 or 5 different bonuses that have been enough to buy a car. I've had my role changed within the company 3 times, 3 separate promotions. And it's all because of the inner work that we get to learn about here at CSL Dallas. That's all the external material things, but the inner work makes the outer work possible. Do you get me? I still use the tools that Sherry Wood and Christine Volkmer taught me in the I can't think, the class, right? The new member class, the foundations class is phenomenal. So you'll see me going, I'm whole, I'm doing the work like nobody's business, right? I'm in the closet doing my meditation. I do it all. You guys are laughing, but I'm serious. TSRW. I can't think of leaving the house without having that time with Spirit and God, who's telling me, I'm not asking, they're telling me who I am in this world. I can't get that at a Baptist church. I can't get that anyplace else but here. So TSRW, when you work the tools work you. Right? So I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here, to be one of the leaders here, and to really practice what we preach. Amen.
Come on up, David. Michael. Yes, that's right. Couldn't see because of the light.
My name is Michael Nottinger, and I love CSL Dallas. For my whole life, I've been told, well, you're a victim of circumstances. You have to do what the government tells you, or teachers, or someone in a position of authority. There's luck, there's chance. You can't ever know what's going to happen in life, and I can't really tell you how life works. And that's all nonsense, because I found a book called You Can Heal Your Life in 2016, which I've read probably about 17 times now, and I've listened to the audiobook probably at least that many times. And it told me that you are the arbiter and power in your own life, and you are actually a portion of what is creating this entire reality. What you focus on, you bring into your experience, and if you really love yourself, then you'll find that in the world, and you can see what you're giving out by the mirrors that you see in your relationships and the conditions that are going on in your own body. I've encountered a variety of physical and non-physical health conditions in my life, which no specialist, either in the mainstream or holistic realm, has been able to totally alleviate for me, because I was actually doing it to myself. And I realized through thousands of hours worth of research into how the body and mind works that no one knows exactly how the body works or how the mind works, but if you are really, really paying attention in each moment, then you can know how your own body and your own mind works. You can know what it needs, and you can know what to bring your own life into alignment. I want every single one of you to know that you are never powerless to anything that is going on in your life. All the limitations you experience are temporary and finite, and there is almost always a way around them in any given circumstance. And You are a portion of what is making this universe and all other universes that exist in existence, and you have that power within you, and you can overcome anything. All you have to do is believe in yourself and push through any limitation that comes across your way.
Wow, Michael, that was a great TSRW. Okay.
That hit me like a ton of bricks just standing there. TSRW is just, it's completely real. I came here.
What's your name?
Monique is my name. I came here with my friend Crystal. She had heard about this place from a friend she met, and I told her I wasn't going. That didn't sound like anything I was into. So she was like, well, they have a meditation on Wednesday. Would you come with me to meditation? I was like, yeah, all right, I'll go. And at that moment in my life, I was going through a lot of loss. I had lost my husband. I had lost all my parents. I had lost siblings. It was like my whole family had just, like transitioned to a different space. And I just did not know how to like combat that. So I started going to meditation and started talking to Dr. Petra. And she would always wait till after the meditation to ask me like, how are you doing? And I was telling her, everything that I was going through. And she was like, you have to take control of your life. She told me to get a manifestation journal, which I always talk about because that's like a thing that really works, a tool that works for me. And she said, write what you want for your life. Don't write what other people want for your life, right? Go inside yourself and find out what you want. And as I began to write, I saw all these things beginning to manifest, and I was like, oh snap, I got it now, right? And in those highs, I still went through a lot of lows and a lot of things kind of through that. But like learning how it worked, I didn't go about the things the same way. I had the mental acuity to understand like things are happening to me or just happening in general, not necessarily to me. I wasn't taking on the victimhood role. I could see things a lot more clearly. I got this job that was like the job I wanted. It was like if I could get any job on paper, this was the job. And then they let me go. I got laid off. And I was talking to Reverend Karen and Dr. Petra about it. And Reverend Karen was like, well, maybe you should start your own business. I did. TSRW.
Mo's husband was in the military. Lost him, yes. Next. Yeah.
Good morning, CSLDallas. My name is Raven Woodard. I'm Dana Jones' wife. TSRW, as she said earlier, we've been coming to the center for about 8 years. And so I grew up and I've been in church most of my life. And so I had what I thought was a pretty strong faith. And so once I started coming here, I understood that I was in control. Things did not happen to me. So I've manifested lots of wonderful things. Moving, back and forth on my job, moving some people out of the way or managers out of the way. We manifested a home. But what I really want to talk about is my language and how the teachings and the classes at CSLDallas have transformed me. I was a really skinny kid growing up. I was an only child, and quite often I would get picked on. They call it bullying now. And I would get picked on, so because I was so thin, I started using words to battle back. So I can cuss pretty good. Because that was my way of fighting. And so I just developed this, and Richard Pryor was one of my favorite people growing up. So I would actually try to emulate Richard and how he said the MF word, so we can talk about that outside of this. But I also spoke very violently. I talked about throat chopping people, punching people in the throat, busting in the head, splitting you to the white meat, all the time. But I didn't notice that I did that until after I'd taken a class. I started thinking about the power of my word, reading books and things, and I'm like, and I told my wife, I said, you know what, I speak really quite violently all the time, and I don't really want to be that way. So first of all, I would say that my TSRW was that it brought an awareness. And I did not recognize that this peaceful, loving person that I wanted to be, my language didn't reflect that. So it's calmed down considerably. I can't tell you that it's all the way gone, but it has calmed down considerably. So in addition to all the wonderful other manifestations that I've had, I feel that Reverend Karen, Dr. Petra, this space, all the community members, which I love interacting with you all, seeing your smiles, it has caused me to recognize I don't have to fight. I don't have to fight or protect myself. And I'm not that little skinny kid anymore, as you can tell. But I don't have to fight, and I thank the teachings and the science of mind for bringing that to me. Thank you.
All right, so I see Alex and two more? Okay, good. That is where we'll end. Okay.
Wow, everybody's so good. Those are tough to follow up. Wow. So I'm Alex Bean. I'm the sound guy behind the scenes, and I've been here for about 8 months now. And wow, so I don't even know where to start. So let me try and. I was raised kind of in the Episcopalian church, and then ended up really kind of turning away from all that, just because they really kind of had a certain way of doing things, and if it was their way or the highway, right? And so I turned away from religion in general because I just thought that's how it was. And I'm also a musician, and I kind of got started a lot later than a lot of these people. I didn't really even pick up a guitar until college. And after I graduated, I kind of got into this really awful loop of I'm too late, I can't make this my life, even though this is what I love, and just resorted to, partying and saying, I'm young, I might as well just live it up while I can. And then I came here, and I received a great opportunity from Karen and Petra. They just welcomed us with open arms. And I remember the first day my roommate and I came here, we walked in, and someone just came up and gave us a hug, and we looked at each other like, what is going on here? Who are these people? And so after that, we knew that this place was special, and there was this energy. And when people talk about these words, like in this moment, doing these things, originally I just always thought just going through the motions. Okay, yeah, in this moment, radically, okay. And then I've really started living it, and I realized all you can do is start today. When you wake up, all you can do is be your best self that day and move forward. And since then, I think I've become a better musician and sound man in the last 6 months than I have in all my life. So thank you, Karen. Thank you.
We got two coming up. Here, let me
Thank
help.
you. If I can ask the practitioners that are present to stand up, please.
I got you right here, too. Okay.
I know all of us, and the majority of us, know how to do science of mind treatment. But I want you to know that this little thing that is in here, it's a manifestation of a prayer by practitioners. It works. It works after many years of not being able or knowing if I was going to have a child. So, whatever, this shit really works.
Yay!
Actually, it works that way instead of
Jackson
spelling it.
Cole.
So here's Jackson Cole, a manifestation of it. So, all right.
Thank you, Myrna. Thank you, Jackson Cole. I think he got a little scared. Yay. Okay, two more. And before, will you check on, we're supposed to have a few, okay, cool. Never mind. We're good.
Hey guys, how
Wait.
y'all doing today?
Alex, let me help you here.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
This is the first time I've spoken into a microphone in front of a crowd in like 5 or 6 years, so.
Step forward. There you go.
How about
There
that?
you go.
How are y'all doing today? Awesome. All right, guys, so my name is Travis. I've been coming here since I think September of last year, so almost a full year, 2 more months. I cannot wait until I'm 42 and be like, well, I've been here half my life. I cannot wait for that. For the past 2 or 3 years, though, I don't know if anyone else feels like a balloon kind of floating in the wind, not really weighed down by anything. it can be a blessing and a curse because you can feel like carefree, no ties, no bounds, but you can also kind of float where you don't want to go by accident. And whenever I was 19, I was in a pretty rough place. I was living with 3 other people about my age, and if you put a bunch of teenagers into a house, with no supervision, it can get a little bit hairy. But finding like Alan Watts and Abraham Hicks and spirituality and stuff like that was integrated along the way. But I never really had anything to really like narrow it down and kind of organize the stuff that I was learning. So I was learning it kind of going one ear and out the other. And go with my grandmother going through her dementia, and I was literally the only one who was able to help her. She didn't have any family, and my dad wasn't in a position to help her at all. I kind of just ran away from my life. I kind of started to ignore everything, and I wasn't facing the challenges that I was born into this life to face. In August of last year, I was living out of my car for about 3 weeks until I got my own apartment, and I started trying to narrow down how to get this stuff to work. And I was like, okay, I need some help. I need to figure this out. I need to go somewhere where people have already tried, tested, and proven, this shit really works. So I was in a meditation group, and they were all young too. They helped me out a little bit, but it wasn't the organization and the understanding that I needed. And then I saw on Google, CSLDallas. I'm like, okay, what is this? And then I looked at it. I'm like, is this a Christian church? Is this something that I should be going to, or is it just going to be another like dogmatic kind of thing? And then I saw all the love and all the inclusivity, and that it opened my mind to what a community can be, and what a family can be. And then I came here the first 3 times. I don't know how many people the first time y'all came here, y'all cried. Yeah, show of hands. Same here. For the first 3 times, I bawled my eyes out. My heart was torn open in the most loving way, and I was forced into this family, and I couldn't ask for anything other, because I don't know if I didn't feel that love, I don't know if I would have come back. It was that love that stuck me here. Y'all are tying me down in the most loving and familial way, and I cannot be more appreciative for it. So even with the challenges that are in my life right now, it's pretty difficult to go through this without the support of you guys. If I didn't have that, I would be floating in a storm of thought, emotion, and life. So thank you guys so much. Give yourself a round of applause.
Thank you, Travis. I'll warn you, Travis gives the best hugs. Okay. I was about to say one of the best hugs, and Chad just declared it. Ooh, I'm having out-of-body experiences up here. It's good.
Hey, I'm Leah Schaefer-Glazer, and tomorrow is 1 year since I joined CSLDallas.
Hang on, Leah. Let me just help you there.
My son and I had been coming here for about 8 months before that, and I had known about this place. I've had friends that came here, but it never even crossed my mind until it did. And the moment I walked in, it was just this, of course, of course. I've long had a belief that I'm the luckiest person in the world. Now, it's been explained to me that the idea of being lucky is not exactly science of mind, but I still sort of have that, like, I'm really lucky. And I immediately got involved with CSLDallas. I've taken a bunch of classes, workshops. I saw Edwene Gaines, and I tripled my tithe. And someone was talking in one of the Sunday morning classes about not challenging the universe, not saying bring it or something. And I kind of thought, I guess I'm a bit of a contrarian. I thought, really? And I thought, you know what? I know my good. Bring it. And I sort of laughed. So we went on an international trip to Israel last year, my family, to see my stepdaughter who was living over there on a kibbutz. And they were going to bump people. And those of you who've been bumped from an airline know you get, what, little voucher, a couple $100. When they were raising the price, I had this moment where I thought, oh yeah, bring it. We got $3,000 in airline credit. In January, my husband called me while I was in a work meeting and said, you know, guess what? Remember that raffle we entered a while back? We won 2 round-trip tickets to Western Europe. And I said, of course we did. And I said, you're married to the luckiest person in the world. And then in May, now, you know, Europe, plane tickets are only a portion of the cost. In May, my husband, I got a check from the IRS, and I opened it, and I was like, oh, we got $1,000 back. That's great. My husband walked in the kitchen, and he said, we got $11,000 back. And I said, of course we did. So we've been to Cape Cod, I've been to Montreal, I've been studying French every day, and we are leaving for Paris at the end of September for 10 days, so bon voyage, TSRW.
Beautiful. Thank you, Leah. Okay. I think we have a couple of more people that want to say something. Yes? Janice, can you see around the corner for me? Are you my eyes? Okay, good. Come in. Come on up. Hi. Come right here with me. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Aren't you Leah's son, Brooks?
Yes.
Uh-huh. She just spoke. What do you got to say, Brooks?
My name is Brooks. I love coming here because we learn how to love each other.
Way to go, Brooks! Just hang out with us, Brooks, will you? Okay, watch the water right there. It's normally not there, but I have to hydrate. Hi. You want to hold it? Yes. You want to hold it?
Hi, my name is Keith, and I'm in Miss Betty's class. I like this because I like her class because we have a game called Up or Down, and there's these cards. If you land on a card, if it's not a good card, it might say I can't do it, and it might say move back 3 spaces, 2 spaces, or 1 spaces. If you get a positive card and it says I can do it, then you might move up 3 spaces, 2 spaces, or 1 space.
That's awesome. Let's stay in that positive car. Yay. Hey.
My name's Sky, and I'm Miss O'Shoon's class, and I'm grateful that she taught me the 5-step prayer because it has helped me through school and summer, and it's impacted me so much that I brought it on my vacation.
Wow. Thank you, Sky.
Hello, my name is Chuck, and I enjoy coming here because we all have this sort of community where we all talk to each other, we know each other, we are connected to each other, and it's just a great place to be.
Wow, thank you. Good work. Wow. All right, so I'm just in this moment, take somebody's hand. Feel the love in the sanctuary. This is a place where the power of love is fully present. Power of love is exemplified. The power of love is expressed. The power of love is stretched and grown. This power of love whose irresistible sweep moves out everywhere We are the mental equivalent of a world that works. We're not the only one, but we're a really good one. We're the mental equivalent where, as we continue to show up for ourselves and for each other, it's a world that works for everyone and a life that works for me. And every one of us are the me. And as our life works, we share that, and the world works. And then the world works a little bit more, and so does my life. This power of love is like an atomic bomb of love that just went off in here. We felt it. We know it. We are it. We came here to be it, and be it we shall be. There is no greater power or presence than this, and I am so grateful to be a part of a community that stands for love, and so it is.